Hey everyone, in today's video I wanted to go ahead and share 3 easy ways to encourage your students or your children to read over the summer. I have 2 boys of my own, they are 6 and 5, and I don't know about you, but if I let my own 2 boys play on their iPad all summer long, they totally would, no questions asked. So these tips are tried and true, they're ones that I use at my own household, and this video would be great for parents to watch, or it's great for teachers to kind of send these tips home to their students' families. That being said, my name is Susan Jones. I'm a former 1st grade and K-2 literacy teacher who now spends a whole lot of time here on YouTube sharing tips, ideas, and strategies with teachers just like you. Make sure you stay tuned because I do have a free little letter that you can send home to parents over the summer. So give this video a like and let's dive in. Tip number 1 for getting your students to read more this summer is to read with your kids or have their parents or their caretakers read with them. Now, in order to do this, you'll want to have your family schedule a reading time every single day during the summer. This can be for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it could be before bed, it could be sometime in the middle of the day. Whatever works best for each family is totally fine, as long as there's about 15 to 20 minutes carved out specifically for reading time. Now, the tip here is to read with your kids, so scheduling that time alone isn't going to be the only thing that works. In fact, it really helps if everyone in the household can read during that time. So if you happen to be working from home or you have a really busy life, still try to schedule that time for a time you know you can sit down and actually read at the same time as your kids. Now, if you want to during this time, you can definitely read aloud to your child. You can read a book together as a family, or you can just read your own book while they're reading theirs. Truthfully, it doesn't matter if you find that your kids are more engaged if you are reading them a story or if they are reading a story to you, then go ahead and do that. But the act of you sitting there and reading your own book with your own nose in a book gives them that kind of incentive and encouragement to go ahead and read a book themselves. They can see that this is something that their mom, their dad, their big brother, whoever in their family can do, and they can do it too. Now, I'm not saying this is going to go super smoothly all the time, but stick with it. Similar to in a classroom experience, when they first get started with independent reading, they don't want to do it. They want to argue. They want to do this. They want to do that. They don't really want to sit down and read, potentially. Some students are great and love to. But sometimes your kid might not want to, especially during summer when they think it's time for a break. But by letting your child know that each and every day, nope, we're all gonna sit down and look at me enjoy this book, like I said, they'll kind of get that incentive and encouragement to go enjoy their own book. Plus, it's only about 15 to 20 minutes a day, so it's not like you're forcing them to go for an hour and read and making it a punishment. Instead, it should always be seen as this exciting, different time. We're taking a break from whatever we were doing. We're gonna go rest, relax, read a book a little bit, and then we'll do something else. All right, tip number 2 to encourage reading over the summer is to visit your local library. The children's section of a library is truly magical. There are so many different books for your kids to go ahead and explore, and you should let them explore all the different genres of books that are there. And as they're exploring, I want you to try to take notice of what genres they seem to gravitate towards most. What characters are they liking? Are they liking real nonfiction books, or are they liking more fantasy type books? Try to take a mental note of what books your kids are gravitating towards. This will help you if they start to get into a reading slump. It'll help you try to make suggestions or find other books that they might enjoy reading. While you're at the library, be sure to ask your librarian for some suggestions for books. They might ask what your students' interests are or what other types of books they like, and they are a wealth of knowledge for sharing new book titles that your kids might be interested in. And even if you don't know where to start, the librarian can tell you what books have been most popular lately, they can tell you about new releases, and they can give you quick little previews of each of the books your kids might be interested in. And side note, in case your library still isn't open due to the pandemic, give them a call. Many local libraries are still doing little book bags and the librarian is still working. I know at our local library you could actually call and give some interest or suggestions for books that your kid might like, and they could actually curate a little book bag and send it home, and then you could determine which stories your kids liked, which ones they didn't like, and keep getting new books. Plus, if you can visit your local library, it's always nice to get out of the house and just experience something new in your local community. All right, tip 3 is to use technology to your advantage. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, if your kids are anything like mine or like most, 5 to 18-year-olds these days, They love technology. An iPad, a tablet, an iPhone. They would love to get their hands on it. I swear they know how to use it better than I do, and they have a lot of fun on them. So let's use it for literacy. Now, I think unfortunately, because I do YouTube videos, my own son Theo thinks it's so much fun to create his own little videos. So him and his brother Calvin have access to an old child-proofed iPad, and there's only a few apps on there they're allowed to use, but they love to make their own little videos, and they pretend they're kind of hosting a little show, and they do all sorts of cute creative things. It is so funny to watch.
Hey, it's me, Theo, and today we are gonna be playing with some stuffies. I have this one too. So I have a fishy, a poop, this bear, this other bear, this wolf. I also have this guy from Soul, human, the soul. I see that. Bye.
And because he likes making videos so much, it is such a fun idea to have them turn on the little video camera and give a book review for a book they've either listened to or read on their own recently. Video book reviews is something we would definitely do in the classroom, but having my own son do it at home still lets him, turn on his little iPad and give a little spiel about his book. It's just a really cute way to encourage them to talk about the books they've read and kind of determine on their own whether they liked it, didn't like it, and some reasons why. Also, in terms of technology, there is an app called Epic Books. It looks like this. Now, this video is not sponsored by them, but my own two boys have this app. They have it, actually, I think they have an account at school, but they also have one at home, and it is a huge library of books that they have access to. Within that app, students have access to over 40,000 different books. They are separated by category, and as your students start choosing books that they like to read, the app gets smarter and it kind of personalizes it towards them, so it can recommend books that are similar to the one your own student went ahead and read. It's seriously a great app for reading, so if you haven't heard of it before, make sure to check it out. All right, so there were 3 very simple tips to encourage reading over the summertime, and if you are a teacher watching this, I actually went ahead and made this little printable right here that you can print out and send home to your students' families this summer. I'll go ahead and leave that linked down in the description in case you want to grab it. As always, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you found any of these tips useful or helpful, please give this video a thumbs up so I know. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel and click that bell. That way you're notified of every new video. See you in the next one. Bye.